Time for the market report, a continuation of last week's gains.
That's right, Mike. Bullish in the row crop markets, and there's a shakeup at the USDA. We'll get into it. But first, the numbers. What were the week's biggest gains and losses? And then Mississippi Ag Commissioner Andy Gipson gives us an insider's look into the new USDA secretary and what opportunities may come to the state. So, markets closed the week again on the upswing with just a few exceptions. Let's take a look. The week's biggest gain, sugar, in a turnaround up nearly a cent, and over 4 1/4 increase from the previous week. The week's biggest loss, lumber, down 29 bucks, a near 5% decrease from the previous week. As Mike mentioned earlier, Mississippi Ag Commissioner Andy Gipson listened to the Brooke Rollins nomination hearing. Afterward, in a press statement, he shared a few thoughts about the candidate for USDA Ag Secretary. In that statement, Gipson said in part, quote, "I am greatly impressed with Rollins's understanding of the tremendous issues facing agriculture today. I was equally impressed with her vision for the future of agriculture and her plan to tackle serious issues, such as deploying disaster and economic assistance to farmers, engaging with solutions to fight animal disease, including bird flu, and working toward long-term prosperity for rural America. It is clear to me that Brooke Rollins understands the immediate and long-term needs of American agriculture, and I look forward to her swift confirmation by the U.S. Senate." With the advent of a new White House, Mississippi is sure to be impacted over the coming years. We spoke to Commissioner Gipson about his expectations. Sounds like there will be a close partnership. Gipson sounding somewhat encouraged. Here's some of what he had to say in a recent phone call with Farmweek.
I've been in touch with the transition team, the Trump transition team. I've been in close contact with them. In fact, I have some meetings scheduled in Washington with USDA, and our new Ag Secretary will be there in February. So I'll be going to D.C. for those meetings. And we're really excited about having a new team to work with. And I think that we're going to have a great Ag Secretary. The different Farm Service Agency positions are being filled. That's going to be critical. And one thing that we're really looking at and hoping to get redone is the way that these droughts are tracked, these drought monitors are tracked. We've seen evidence the last 2 or 3 years in Mississippi. You know, whoever's doing these drought trackers out in Nebraska, they're not taking into account a lot of the local factors that I've heard from our farmers across Mississippi that need to be taken into account. And we want to see if we can bring that into the modern era. As much technology as there is today, meteorologists know how much rain fell and where it fell, without even going to that location due to all the radar and all that. So we're hoping to get some relief on that. And of course, all of the relief that our farmers need in these difficult economic times. There'll be a lot of trade discussions. We're talking about new trade opportunities. And in fact, I'm personally going to be traveling to Panama in April this coming spring. And so there's going to be a lot of discussion about new trade opportunities coming up that will benefit Mississippi agriculture. And I'm looking forward to working with the new administration.
And that's it for a deeper look into the markets. With a new administration in Washington, it's good to get an idea of what's to come, the priorities, and what will likely be big issues for the next 4 years. The ag business is getting harder, margins tightening. Time will tell if that situation improves.